Hi everyone, it's Laurie. I wanted to do a face-to-face recording for a couple of the days of Ethony's 31 Days of Tarot. And so here I am in my Reiki room. Maybe I'll give a little tour on one of the videos of what my Reiki room looks like. Hopefully the lighting will be good. I haven't done one of these before, so this is a brand new experience for me. But I do have my owlie with me, my owlie mug. Excuse me. Okay, so the first thing that I wanted to cover was day number 9, which is sum up 2016 in a card. So this was kind of difficult for me to think about 2016 kind of on a personal level, what that might look like for me in a card. And then I just happened upon a new to me set of tarot cards, and I'll talk about them actually in a minute because I'm putting them into my wish list. So let me find the photo on my iPad here. And as soon as I saw it and as soon as I read the description, I just thought, yes, that was 2016 in a card exactly for me. So let me show you this is the card. It's the Ten of Wands. And I'll try to hold that up while I read. It's the Ten of Wands. The deck is called the Tarot of the Spirit by Joyce and Pamela Eakins, or Eakins, E-A-K-I-N-S. It's 12:30. They're the church bells if you hear them. And this is what Joyce Eakins is, the mother, and I'm going to try to hold that there. And Pamela is the daughter. And Joyce is the painter. And Pamela is the scribe. And so here's what Pamela writes about the Ten of Fire, which is what they call the Ten of Wands, the Ten of Fire, the cage. Your spirit feels trapped or oppressed. Your heart seems caged. You have had a peak experience, but you're having difficulty applying the result to daily life. The key is to let go of extraneous matter. Free yourself of all unnecessary encumbrances. Tune into your emotions to realize tune into your emotions to realize what should stay in your life and what should go. Attuning to your emotions may necessitate an attitude change on your part. So, it's very much about kind of being in this kind of cage place of emotion and sort of being trapped. I see it as sort of being trapped in emotional patterns and emotional habits, things that really aren't serving me. The traditional Ten of Wands kind of really relates a lot to the kind of person that I tend to be, which is to take all of the energy and do all of the things and feel all of the things, and yeah, and it's no problem. And I like in the Raider White version of it, the RWS version of it, where the guy's got all of the wands on his back and he's like, no, it's all right, it's not too heavy, I got it, I'll carry them all home. Which is a little bit me, and so I'm going to kind of be that was kind of what 2016 was. And for 2017, I'm going to be working on moving past that. So that's 2016 in a card for me, day 7. So day 11 was about my tarot goals for 2017. So I have quite a few tarot goals, just all kinds of goals, but these are going to be just specifically tarot goals. So for I don't know. They kind of overlap with a lot of everything. I have a Reiki business. I'm in private practice. I'm a Reiki practitioner. I'm a Reiki master. So I teach classes and I treat people in my Reiki room every day. Oh gosh, not every day, but daily. As my job. And I love my job. It's fantastic. I'm currently in the middle of 2 different courses. One is a tarot certification course, and I'm finishing up the second part of that. So that's one of my goals, is to kind of improve my skills, sort of working through that. I like taking courses. It's not something that I have done at all since I was in college, which was the late 80s. And then I got married and I had kids, and I have been a stay-at-home mom with my kids, homeschooling them primarily in the Waldorf or Steiner style. So that was a full-time job as well. And our youngest is going to be finished in May and going on to college. So I'm going to be retiring from homeschooling after about more than 25 years. So where was I going with that? In the meantime, I did I studied under my Reiki master as an apprentice for several years to become a Reiki master. But other than that, I really haven't done a lot. I'm not really a course person. I'm not a workshop person or a retreat person. I'm kind of not that way at all. That's just like kind of not who I am. Running them, yes, kind of going to them, not as much. But I'd like to change that a little bit. So I'm doing a tarot course. I'm also doing a psychic intuitive course. I did the level 1 2 years ago, and I'm now completing the level 2. So in 2017, I want to finish my tarot certification course. I want to finish my psychic intuitive level 2 certification course. I also want to begin doing some inner work with the tarot, which I've already kind of been doing quite a bit of, particularly therapeutic, psychological, kind of healing stuff. There are a couple of books that I have that I want to work through. This is one book in particular, and I heard about this book on Althena's podcast. It's called Spiritual Tarot, 78 Paths to Self-Development to Personal Development. 78 Paths to Personal Development. And it's by Signe Echols, Echols. I'll write that down here. And so I heard about this book on Pat's, and just, I don't know, I love anything Pat says. So I just love the fact that she loved this book so much, and I got it, and it takes you through the archetypes, particularly in relations to the major arcana, I believe. And it just looks like a really fantastic book. So I'm really looking forward to doing that kind of as an inner work. I have about 3 different books that I'm looking forward to working through, but this is like the primary one that I definitely want to get through if I do nothing else. And I also have a website. I have it bought. This is my Reiki website. I've had my Reiki website up and running for years and years. This is an additional website, the Lotus Intuitive. That's the one I'm kind of under here. It's my name. And I want to start getting that up and running. Maybe beginning to do I've been doing Akashic Record readings, not professionally, for a couple of years, and some other kinds of readings, angel readings and guided readings, maybe some tarot readings. I've been doing practice tarot, so I'd like to get better at that and maybe put all that into my website. So that's a goal for 2017. Those are kind of my tarot, spiritual, kind of esoteric-y related goals. Okay, so the last thing I want to talk about is day 9, my wish list. What cards or decks are on my wish list for 2017? And now I have already got a few decks for 2017 already. So those don't count. So those are not considered being on my wish list for 2017, because this is my wish list as of today, right now, as I'm filming this video. So, excuse me. The very first one that's on my wish list does not come out until May. I think this is on a lot of people's wish list, and it's the Star Tarot by Cathy McClellan. And let's see, I've got a fantastic image of the world from the Star Tarot by Cathy McClellan. I think it comes out in May, and it's gorgeous. And you can actually see all of her, she's got all the artwork already up on her website. If these are half as good as they look, this is just going to be astonishing, just amazing. And my understanding is that it's kind of more Thoth-based. Someone tell me if I'm wrong, or at least it's not really RWS-based. Somebody please tell me if I've got that wrong. So I kind of look forward to that, because this seems like kind of an approachable way maybe to enter that. I have another deck that I'm going to talk about later, which was kind of the approachable way of tiptoeing into the Marseille. So hopefully this will be good for that. My second deck on my wish list, these are not in any particular order actually, is the Golden Tarot by Cat Black. Here are some images from this. Oh, I love this deck. I love this deck so much. I love the kind of Christian imagery that's in here. We are Christians, and so I kind of like that. A lot of my Reiki clients, a significant portion of them, I'd probably say about half of my Reiki clients actually are Christian, Catholic, come from some kind of a background. Just where I live in the world is a very kind of religious location. Is a lot of, as far as we have a lot of people that were cradle Catholics, you know, they're born Catholic, they were raised Catholic, because a lot of immigrants came to the city where I live, Pittsburgh. And so it tends to be, there's a lot of Orthodox, Roman Catholic, other kinds of, our family is Episcopalian, which is kind of right in the middle between Protestant and Catholic, if you're not familiar with it. And so I kind of like the idea of having some things that draw in sort of that and mesh in kind of that in Christian imagery, and along with the other sort of spirituality stuff that I like to do. Let me see what's next on my wish list. Is the Wild Unknown Oracle deck. You know what? I didn't really want this deck. Oh, that's not going to come up very well. I apologize, but I think you have probably seen it. I didn't really have a lot of interest in the Wild Unknown. I got the mass, what's it called? Mass market version when it came out in November of the Wild Unknown Tarot, and I didn't really connect with it too much until I chopped the borders, and then I really started to connect with it. And also I got a reading from Tarot Map, Kasha at Tarot Map. I got one of her readings, and she used the Wild Unknown Tarot as well as the Oracle, and it was just, gosh, the energy just is amazing. It just comes through, I think, maybe the more difficult parts of things to deal with. Things like people's power, other people's power, my own power. Sometimes I think these things come through a little bit clearer when they're animals than when they're people. You can just feel it a little bit differently. In my own experience, I would say I would like kind of compare that with in Reiki. If you're at all familiar with Reiki, it's a lot of hands-on treatments, but then at level 2 I teach how to do distance treatments. And so you're kind of working in the energy field without a body right in front of you. You're working over time or over space. And that feels sort of similar in a way when you're doing Reiki at a distance. Sometimes you get a clearer picture of what's going on than when you have it right in front of you. And I think similarly, maybe it's a little bit easier to get the energy when it's an animal or not a human than when it is a human, because we're so distracted by the person who's there or the person who's in the image that it's kind of hard to be able to get around that in order to see the energy that's behind it. Because we all have, you know, baggage. I have baggage. I'm sure we all have baggage. All right, so Star Tarot. Let's see. Golden Tarot, Wild Unknown. Next one, Daughters of the Moon. Oh, I'm sorry. There's nudity. I apologize. There's some tasteful, I think, nudity. But I'm just warning you. So Daughters of the Moon. I totally love this deck. I really want this deck and the book super badly. I love the crazy, just 60s, 70s, no, not 60s, what is it, 70s, 80s feminist vibe that comes off of this deck. I think it would be amazing with the Dark Goddess tarot that I have. I love, ooh, there was a birth one in there. Wow, there was some serious, I should have warned you. Well, sorry. I think it would work really well, kind of working that, sort of working on shadow work or empowerment, self-empowerment type of stuff. I think that would be a great deck to do to work on those things with myself. Maybe some other people. I do actually have some people that I think could really benefit from that dark feminine empowerment sort of energy work. I think that could be great. And my next one on my wish list is the Halloween Oracle. And I don't think I'm going to hurry to get this. Like, maybe just by Halloween. Can you see it? See, I'm right in front of a window, you can see. I'm right in front of the great big window in my Reiki room. I've got a blind on it. But there's something really, like, deep and dark and very wise about this particular oracle, which I think could also be really nice to use in the fall, at Halloween, also potentially for readings that I do for the public. I do readings now, free readings, as part of my coursework. So I do read for kind of clients. I call them querents because they're not clients, they're not paying me, but and I think this could work. And my final one is the Tarot of the Spirit. That's the one I mentioned earlier by Joyce and Pamela Eakins, E-A-K-I-N-S. And they released it first in, I'm sorry, 1992. So that's when it came out. And then it was released as an anniversary edition in 2011. And so if you go look for it, it's super available right now. The cards are like, they're under $20. They're under $20 Amazon Prime on Amazon. So I really want to get, really want to get this. This one might, if I don't get this for Valentine's Day or something like that, this one is probably going to fall into my cart on the day after Valentine's Day. Ooh, and I know my husband watches this channel because I saw that he subscribed. So that's going to be handy, isn't it? If he keeps watching my videos. Let me show you the Tarot of the Spirit by Joyce and Pamela. This, Eakins, there's a ton of Kabbalistic kind of stuff in here. I think these cards are all, no, they're not anything in particular. I mean, they're all different things. But it's sort of pippish, but then again, it's kind of, it's just really like amazing deep soul messages in those cards. So they're just like, I just love this deck. So even though it was the last one on my wish list, it might actually be the first one on my wish list, actually. So anyway, that's it. Thank you very much for watching, and I will be back again, maybe with my face or with some cards a little bit later. So bye. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe or leave comments below or questions.